Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Did you know that letting your testosterone slip below just 3.33 nanograms per milliliter can raise your chances of a kidney stone by roughly 65%? Hello, and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Today we're diving into the emerging evidence that your hormone balance is a decisive player in kidney stone formation, even if your blood pressure, cholesterol, and weight all look normal.
That's right. In a decade-long review of more than 3,000 men, researchers found that once your testosterone dipped under that threshold, the stone risk spiked regardless of any other marker. Our goal today is to unpack why that happens, identify the safe range, about 360 to 422 nanograms per deciliter, and outline straightforward steps you can use to stay inside that protective zone.
I'm Ethan Foster. Joining me is Alara Sky, who brings a sharp focus on practical, natural health strategies. Across the next 10 minutes, we'll trace the research, interpret the numbers, and present 6 evidence-based actions you can start today, all grounded precisely in Dr. Mercola's latest article.
Let's begin with the 10-year Korean screening study. Investigators followed 3,234 healthy men and measured both testosterone and kidney stone scans. They discovered a clear tipping point. When your serum testosterone drops below 3.33 nanograms per milliliter, the likelihood of forming a stone jumps by about 2/3. Crucially, that jump persisted even after accounting for age, body mass index, cholesterol, and blood pressure.
In other words, having normal vitals or looking physically fit doesn't insulate you if your testosterone is low. Traditional risk factors we usually watch, sodium intake, oxalate-rich foods, even dehydration, took a back seat once hormone levels faltered. Left unchecked, those crystals can inflame the ureter, trigger urinary tract infections, and, in severe cases, impair kidney function. So addressing the hormonal root is more than a comfort issue. It's preventive medicine.
Age further modulates the danger. A separate U.S. review of more than 250,000 men with testosterone below 300 nanograms per deciliter showed the steepest rise in kidney stones among men aged 34 to 44. In that bracket, low testosterone translated to a 29% higher chance of a first stone. After 55, the curve flattens, yet risk stays above baseline, underscoring the value of midlife hormone vigilance.
Younger adults, from 18 to 24, showed almost no immediate elevation, suggesting the damage from low testosterone accumulates over time. As you approach middle age, diminished hormones intersect with slower metabolism and, often, extra weight, each factor compounding the chemical environment that lets crystals take shape in your urinary tract.
Researchers next asked, where's the sweet spot? A nationwide dataset of 6,633 men provided the answer. Keep your testosterone above roughly 360 nanograms per deciliter. Men in that upper range enjoyed the lowest stone incidence, especially after 40. Drop under that line and risk climbed as much as 47%.
Low testosterone also amplifies other metabolic insults. When hormone levels fall, visceral fat expands, insulin sensitivity drops, and inflammatory pathways switch on, each independently increasing the supersaturation of calcium, oxalate, and uric acid in urine. The combined effect propels stone formation and speeds the path toward kidney damage.
Mechanistically, one leading theory centers on glycolate oxidase, an enzyme testosterone appears to regulate. In animal models, more of this enzyme means more oxalate, the building block of common stones. Human studies haven't confirmed every step, yet the correlation is strong enough that scientists now regard testosterone as a modifiable lever for stone prevention.
How do you know where you stand? Classic red flags include persistent fatigue, waning libido, difficulty adding muscle, and mood dips. Those symptoms often creep in gradually, so you might attribute them to stress or aging, making a simple lab test the only reliable check. If your total testosterone hovers in the low 300s or below, it's time for targeted action.
Start by detoxing your environment. Endocrine-disrupting chemicals lurk in plastic containers, non-stick pans, pesticides, and many scented personal care products. Swap plastic for glass or stainless steel, Choose organic produce when possible, and look for paraben-free and phthalate-free labels. Reducing these exposures lifts hormone balance without medication.
Next, consider KATSU, or blood flow restriction training. Specialized bands briefly limit circulation, provoking muscle growth and a natural testosterone surge with lighter weights than traditional lifting. That means you safeguard joints while still sending your endocrine system the signal to produce more of the hormone you need for kidney protection.
Supplement support can help too. A combination of 50 milligrams of niacinamide 3 times daily, 5 to 10 milligrams of DHEA once daily, and 50 milligrams of pregnenolone once daily bolsters testosterone output and mitochondrial function. This nutrient stack supports NAD+ production and stabilizes adrenal output, giving your cells the raw materials they need for sustained hormone synthesis.
Sunlight is another low-tech tool. Aim for about an hour around solar noon to boost vitamin D and cellular energy, both linked to healthier testosterone. If your diet has been heavy in linoleic acid, common in seed oils, limit peak hour sun for a few months while you cut back, because excess LA in skin heightens ultraviolet stress.
To accelerate that detox, introduce raw grass-fed milk. Its unique fat, C15-0, displaces linoleic acid in skin cells within 4 weeks, trimming stored LA by about 30% in 3 to 4 months and up to 80% after a year. Lower LA equals safer sun exposure and, ultimately, stronger hormone resilience.
For men navigating midlife, balancing estrogen is just as crucial. Natural progesterone counters estrogen dominance safely and helps sustain testosterone's kidney protective profile. Most protocols suggest 5 to 10 milligrams transdermally at night, but work with a practitioner to fine-tune your dose. The goal is to land in the proven protective window, not chase extreme numbers.
Let's recap. Testosterone under 3.33 nanograms per milliliter raises kidney stone risk by 65%, with peak vulnerability between 34 and 44. Maintaining levels above 360 nanograms per deciliter sharply lowers that risk, especially after 40. Practical defenses include removing endocrine disruptors, practicing KATSU, smart supplementation, strategic sunlight, raw, grass-fed milk, and progesterone balance.
Your move now is simple. Order a testosterone test. Audit your kitchen and bathroom for hormone-disrupting products. Schedule 2 KATSU sessions this week. Replace 3 plastic food containers with glass. Download a sunlight tracker app, and plan your next lab draw before the month ends.
Commit to those steps today. Track your hormone levels over the next 6 months. Share your progress with a friend for accountability, and experience how balanced testosterone safeguards your kidneys and overall vitality. Thank you for watching Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.